everyone. My name is Jabeen Zaidi. I am the CEO and founder of Spring AI, and I'm very excited for you to be joining our training today, where you're really going to learn how it is that you can master creative AI services. And you don't need to be a designer or learn to code or do anything from scratch. I'm going to explain a very simple, repeatable framework that you can leverage for your own design consultancy, your own brand, your own marketing, anyone who is really into providing value to their clients or their own business using AI. So we're going to get started. What you're going to learn today, you're going to be able to see how you can launch a high-end AI-powered creative service. This is something that we've already done the work, and it's a repeatable process that you can leverage today. So who is this for? If you are ready to expand your consulting or design services by leveraging the best AI technology to complement your niche, this is for you. And if you're stuck using outdated methods or relying on others to really execute those creative sides that you don't have in your tool belt yet, or you struggle relying on others, then we'll show you how you don't have to. And then definitely, if you're ready to increase your value, whether that's in your own brand and business or whether that's in the services that you provide brands and businesses, I'll help you see how you can add that value, charge more, deliver faster, and you won't need to expand your team. This is all already for you in this seminar. So if this sounds like you're in the perfect place. I'm really excited for you to join us. So this is what we're going to cover today. First thing is really how there has been a very seismic big shift in what creative services are and look like today and what the expectations are, what the market looks like. And then I'm going to show you the actual truth about what using AI for design is. There's a lot of stereotypical biased views on it, and I want to show you what it actually is doing and what the impact is and how real businesses are already using it today. And then we'll dive into the 3 secrets that I have that are really going to help you unlock that high value AI service for yourself. Then we'll dive into the exciting updates that I have to present to you that we've just launched. I'll show you some of those case studies, and then I'll walk you through step by step exactly how you can get started. Let's go. So as we all know, visual content creation is crucial for ideation, for marketing, for presentation in every industry. And I'll go over multiple of the industries, but this is now a standard and a big need that all companies and brands and every industry is really facing is being able to compete in this competitive market where there's so much information overload, saturation of content, whether it's good content or bad content, it's just overflowing your feed. And so you need to capture audience interests to, have HD product photography, and the volume just grows and grows. You need to be posting every day. You need to have it for multiple, contexts. And the challenge is that every industry facing, every design team, every designer, every person who's needing to create visual content has these main challenges. We've validated this with a large group of our users and in the market where, creative block. And another thing for HD product photography, which it's expensive. It's expensive to have that for product photography, for brand campaigns. And then all together, it becomes a very time and labor consuming process, right? You need to hire external design teams and marketing teams, and it becomes such a long, drawn out process with all these flows. I personally struggled with these challenges. In 2020, tried to build my own luxury e-commerce business, and I did all the brand design myself, packaging design, photos, social media, and I wasn't an expert in all these things, but being an entrepreneur, just a small business, it became really impossible to keep up with that. And so this ties into what those challenges, whether you're a large company or just a small brand, we all face these challenges. AI made an impact. If AI was in 2020, things might have gone a little differently, but it was a big shift where, generative AI has blown up to be able to give this massive growth and almost democratization of creative output. So otherwise, those that did not have any design skills, photography skills, and animation skills were able to simply through text prompt be able to create high quality images. And so what we're seeing is a huge shift, not only in like man, but also it's impacting, it's actually shrinking teams. Now that businesses are seeing that they can have more productivity and more output with just a few designers using AI rather than like 100, they are scaling down. Budgets are going down. They're being more resourceful. And then a big impact on this is for anyone who is not leveraging AI is going to fall behind, because this is the new standard. This is the new content creation method, and it's going to only grow and grow, predicted to 80 billion, in just 5 years. I was an overwhelmed design consultant in enterprise SaaS. I was also doing brand, and my expertise was in UX design. And I was really struggling with not only the clunky AI tools, but in general, all the design tools that I had to run from tab to tab. And, it became a very hindrance to the creative process. And then when AI did come out, it wasn't really tailored to the professional standards that we were looking for, such as privacy or quality or resolution. And so that was one of the reasons why I, as a goal and a vision for me, to create something that was actually going to be useful and solve these gaps. So what we see today, and it's very important for you to understand this, because when you are talking, whether internally to your own team or to any clients, this is exactly the process that they are using, and it's fragmented. So whether the tools might be different, the creative process today is still fragmented. You are going from one tool to another. You're going from ChatGPT to ideate some ideas, then copy and pasting that into Midjourney or any of the other generators, generating some ideas there. Then you're going into Photoshop, because that's not exactly how you intended it to be. So you're editing and doing even more hours of design effort. And then when it comes down to actually collaborating and sharing it with your team internally, you're using some, third-party Google Drive or digital asset management system that in turn might also integrate with another collaborative space where you're designing together. And so this is the fragmented part that I was struggling with as a designer myself. What we have done is created a solution where it's a uniform creative platform. So you are no longer having to jump from window to window, tab to tab, app to app, subscription to subscription, but you're able to, within one platform, ideate, have conversational, brainstorming sessions with an AI assistant, and then generate those ideas, edit and enhance them, actually train private brand ideas and edit those, then design and animate, and then collaborate and share all in one. And I'll go into detail how we do that. But first, I want to go into what the truth about AI for design is, because it's a touchy subject for designers, because they're always told that they're going to be replaced. And it's also an uncertain subject for those who are non-designers, because they don't know how to approach it to their clients. So one thing that we should definitely understand is AI is not replacing creativity. It's amplifying it. Those who are creative are the ones who are actually being able to be even more creative than they ever have. And they may not have just had a tool to do that. And that goes into the next point, which is the entire value of AI for design comes from your human guided strategy, our human guided strategy, our creative direction, our expertise, our taste, our vision. That is what guides AI. AI is just a tool for us to be able to visually communicate or verbally communicate what we are intending in our minds. And it just helps us accelerate that process. And I've heard this from many design professors who are teaching the fundamentals of design, interior design, industrial design, architecture to students. And they're worried about the impact that AI is having on their education, because they're saying, well, it looks like AI can design better than my students. How is that going to help them? And so what I explain to them is that this is actually supposed to be introduced as a tool to only extend their own creative ideas, not replace. So the method of education also needs to come from it. But very important point, as much as we hear all this AI hype, really, what is it doing? It's businesses don't want AI. They just want the outcome that AI provides. There's tons of AI out there. The one that's going to actually matter is the one that's actually going to provide that outcome, that speed, that impact It's going to qualify in the compliance and everything like that. It should also be looked at through a lens of a very careful consideration because not all AI is the same. What I want to talk about is what actually is AI in design. I'm going to show you all examples that Spring has generated where you can see different industry use cases. So one, brand content and social media marketing. Like I mentioned earlier, I struggled when I was launching 5 years ago a brand, and I could not, for the life of me, make appealing product photography by myself, even though we had the photographer. I was able to train and create AI powered product imagery that would have really helped scale my social media game, right? Having like a realistic person riding a motorcycle or showing a whole collection of products in a beautiful setting or a flying Cybertruck. All of these things can be impactful and helpful for social media. Another industry that is hugely benefiting from AI is retail clothing, fashion, and also product photography. So I've taken actual real products from clients that we've trained products and been able to actually, one, we have a very powerful AI stylist tool that helps change outfits that can help not only model outfits for selling, but also for people to try it on, and then training shoe brand, high-end luxury women's brand, and then also showcasing how you can transform product photography from like a simple isolated shot to completely different settings and ingredients inside like these mason jars, for example. And then another example is food and beverage brands. And I want you to pay attention to all of these different industries. If these are something that is in your niche and I want you to see, and hopefully light bulb moments are clicking. We're like, oh, wow, I didn't know AI can do that. I didn't know AI can make steak look that realistic. Or I want to get your creative juices flowing. So now that when I'm talking next, you can see where we're going to head and how we can reach this for your own businesses. And then another is real estate and interior design. So we're seeing an impact where AI is helping to really transform spaces, as in this example for a hotel chain. I wanted to explore different interior design styles within a specific layout of the bed and the curtains, for example, or changing for renovation purposes, visualizing how would it look if cabinets were different, or taking a very rundown investment property, which is a very popular field of real estate, and transforming that visually to showcase the potential of a property. Now, this is a big one because it's very lucrative and it can really help buyers visualize the potential of buying properties without having to actually do all the effort of renovating it. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the 3 secrets to high value creative services. I gave you examples of what high value creative content would look like, but how can this be something that you can actually do for yourself? So, the first thing I want to emphasize is that you don't need to master prompt engineering. Many courses are out there where you learn how to master the prompts and the text and all these things like that. There's no longer a need for that because we've simplified it. As long as you can communicate the keywords of what you're intending, AI can help you with the rest. Spring can help you with the rest. So we want you to focus on the idea, the strategy, and not the technology and not the technicalities. And then, we've created it so that it's a very simple click and go interface. And I'll show you a demo of exactly how we do that. The next thing is that clients will pay for private brand trained AI. So a number one, there's very much a common outlook by very high enterprise brands when they look at AI because one, they see that it's almost too democratized. Whereas, they're trying to be competitive in their market. They want to be withholding their own private interests and plans for their brand strategy. Therefore, when AI is generating something that anyone can generate, they want to feel like they have a bit more of an edge than the generic content out there. So other AI solutions are not providing the solution that they want. And the number one roadblocker that limits companies, clients, brands from considering creative AI services, if they haven't, is their data security and ownership. So many, including all the other AI generators, Midjourney, there's no clear, verifiable information from either of them. Actually, they actually outright say that they are storing thumbnails of your uploaded images for research purposes. And we all know what research purposes ends up being, to be very transparent, is that they're storing it to train further, train their own model further. But what if it's a photo of yourself or your private brand or your private art? And this ethical question always comes up when speaking to designers and professionals, actually, is because they don't want to have lost the ownership of their work just for the sake of using AI. And that's kind of what they limit. And so, one thing that Spring has provided from the beginning is we have every security measure in place verifiably, that we're also going through SO2 compliance to help ensure that our users understand that their data is safe. We are not using it for training. We have encrypted playgrounds for when they do upload their own, and then we can help, you know, mitigate any risk to the content that they're trying to edit, and there's no way for that to be exposed publicly. And so all of that is built in, and you don't have to worry about it. And this is an example where, that brand playground, that if someone is training of their own product, they can create this encrypted space where it's not going to be leaked and have it in their private. And so, Pampers, Crayola, these are all examples of how a brand has been trained inside the Spring AI platform model. And then any further training, any further brands, and any custom things, those would all be private. And the third secret is you already have the expertise to scale your brand, your business, your consulting to the next level using creative AI services. All we're going to do is just help you to see how can you scale it. So how are we going to do that? We want you to see how you can leverage your own insights, your own client relationships, and your own forward-thinking mindset to grow. And we want to help you position that so that you can see the correlation and the complement of creative AI services within your own practice. And if you don't have one and you're starting from scratch, we can help you figure out what your exact niche is. And, and that's the one question for you right now in this webinar, in this workshop, to reflect on is like, what is your niche? What is your specific expertise? And then we can see where it goes from there. And then all you need to do is access the tools that we have. The whole platform built that already has an entire repeatable, efficient, high value offer framework that you can start leveraging today. And I'll get into exactly how and step by step. So now you will have the ability to add AI content services, creative services to whether it's to your own team or if you'd like to be an affiliate. That's how we can scale it. So you already have everything ready to go. All we need to do is just start this next step. So what is this next step? What can you do with Spring? I want to break it down into just one simple walkthrough, and we'll go into a live demo. So Spring is an online platform that helps you generate, edit, and animate high-end images, minimum 2K resolution. And then you're also able to reimagine images such as interior spaces or products. You can apply garments. You can train in our AI playground with the full 100% privacy ownership commercial license that is required as a professional designer. So very quick is this demo, how simple we've made the interface. So all you need to do is just start by typing in some keywords. Click our magic prompt. It'll help write that prompt for you. A click and go interface to help create different settings that you'd like. And then you're able to transform those images further by editing, removing things, upscaling, and even more. And then we've also built in an entire creator tool that helps you add text and animate. So what makes our technology different from others is how we've built on top of the highest performing AI model called Flux Pro Ultra. We built our own custom AI technology on top of it with fine tuning and intuitive interface to help guide that accuracy and the speed and the delivery of that output. So you can see from previous and other models like Stable Diffusion, you'll get a much crisper, realistic, less distorted output. That's a baseline of what the technology is built on. Now we'll just dive into all the tools and go into a live demo. So one of my favorite tools is called the Reimagine. That was responsible for that amazing reconstruction of the investment property from a very ugly brick building to a beautiful white polished building. Similarly, you can take sketches in this same tool and turn it into photorealistic images, or you can take simple vector drawings, and the possibilities are endless, changing interior pictures into different styles, changing clothing into different colors. Everything is possible with this Reimagine tool. Our group of realistic mockup tools are Scene Swap and AI Stylist. Both of these are very essential for that service for retail brands. There may be a brand that is struggling to make engaging product photography, and all they have is just simple white isolated shots. You're able to now offer services and show them the capability of transforming the background of that object, and then also our new features, which actually will completely change the lighting and even the ingredients and things inside the jars and products to really just elevate that product photography from bland to amazing. And then our AI Stylist tool, which is so advanced now, it proceeds to really top the market in its application, where you can not only use this as a very high resolution way of generating garments on models, but you can also use it as a place for you to try on garments when you're shopping online. And this is an example of how a client changed the background of a car to show the different settings when they're marketing to a different landscape, and have tailored marketing ads for a place that has more snow or more desert. They can actually tailor and maximize that one photo into multiple geolocations to help appeal to different markets. And our very powerful and magic editing tool is called the Magic Brush. And so it can be used for anything from just replacing objects and changing, for example, the renovation of a sink, a very detailed interior design change, to also actually changing packages design. So one thing that no other magic editing tool out there does is text properly. What our Magic Brush does, for example, for HEB, we're able to showcase the A/B testing of this original Blendables smoothie package, and then show how we can literally, through the Magic Brush of maybe 5 different touches, we're able to change that flavor to strawberry smoothie. And then lastly and most powerfully is our AI motion. This can take any image and turn it into HD animated video. So whether that's a single product shot or a person, we can upload them and turn them into 5 to 10-second videos. And then our very popular AI photo booth, which is basically where you can create professional headshots, but then you can also create engaging avatars. And I actually created my own right here to help announce the newest feature release, which is called the AI Playground. I'm going to go into detail of how you can train your own custom brand characters, such as this one, styles, maybe interior design styles or a specific photography style or art style, to objects such as products, and then also people. So through our advanced facial recognition technology added into the fine tuning, you're able to actually train a person's likeness and be able to generate that. So if you guys are ready, we're going to get started. All right, this is how it works, and I'm going to go into a live demo as well. So the first step, after you have added some credits, then you just select the model type. So it's very important to figure out what are the consistent characteristics that you want the AI to learn. So we've helped organize that into 4 main buckets. The first is object. So are you training a product or a logo? I use this to train, clothing as well. And then if you're doing a face, this would result in a very realistic, photorealistic character. And I would say it gets it right about 80-90%. And then the character, this is where it doesn't have to be a human character. It can be like a plushie or a 3D character for a storybook. And so this is where you'd go to upload those various poses of an illustrated character. And then the last one, this is perfect for those who are trying to train a consistent aesthetic. So if you were thinking of, Nike brand and upload their photos of their aesthetic, of their social media, their color schemes, this would be a great place to start. Once you figure out which one is the right step that you're going to do, we're going to, in this example, look at object. And so here I went to a store called Adelante Shoes, and I uploaded the Classico shoe style. And so I downloaded their isolated product shots. Minimum requirement is 10 images. It's best to use high quality, high resolution images, minimum 1080p resolution. Name the model. So this is just for your own reference. And then the trigger word, the keyword that is going to be used within the prompt to command the AI to use this specific object in that image. So it's used in context, and we're actually going to use that later when we go into the AI playground. So after you upload those reference images, you just click start training, and then it's going to take about 10 minutes for you to have your model ready. And so in your model library, you'll see it right here on this middle tab. And then when you go to AI generate, now you'll see that this Classico model is selected. And I said, okay, generate 2 images. And this was the keyword I used, Adelante Classico was the keyword trigger word. And I prompted for it to be rich caramel tones. And you can see how amazing the quality. It understood the details of the shoelaces and everything, and was able to generate extremely high resolution image. Okay, so another case study I want to show is an exciting one, which I went into our Spring AI studio and typed in Tesla Cybertruck. And so right now, Flux model doesn't have Cybertruck in its library. It doesn't understand what a Cybertruck is, so it kind of made its own. And so what we did is uploaded pictures of the Cybertruck into our AI playground, and we're able to generate this. And so you can see it follows exactly the design. I said it's flying in the clouds over the New York City skyline. You can see a high quality resolution. And then something a little more playful. What if I made it into a rainbow Cybertruck driving through a candy land with gumdrops? And it actually did a beautiful job. It's very elegant. It has reflections. It's added rainbow tints to it. So, we were able to really play with the model, but it stayed core to what the actual Cybertruck that it was trained on was, and was able to deliver high quality results. And using our AI motion tool, I was able to animate it. So here it's standing in the middle of a volcano with volcanic sparks under its wheels. Another case study, if you remember my original 5 years ago product photography, I uploaded my Blue Lotus for product photography, and it did a pretty decent job. I was able to take it into a magic brush and maybe fine tune and edit, but it followed the majority of the design. And what this really did is the creative design that I would need to really just make beautiful, engaging imagery that would follow that brand guideline. Another case study is this. So why do training, right? So sometimes it may not seem like it's necessary, but for this example I wanted to show you, I used the same exact prompt in both of these images. And in one, it was through the result of the train playground, and one was the default generic AI studio image. So in this one, I wrote the same problem, like red bar stools, tried to explain what the Torchy's interior style was, and this is what it gave me. It's very generic. It didn't really follow that much of the aesthetic that I wanted. And so this example on the right is actually the output that the AI Playground gave after I uploaded 10 examples of actual Torchy's interior design styles. Here's another example. And anyone, if they live in Texas, would be able to recognize that, yes, this is that iconic Torchy's interior design style. And it makes a difference because this is something that can appeal to franchises who are trying to consider a location. And they're able to do that with that fidelity and brand authenticity that they otherwise would not get with just a generic AI tool. And so Spring is forever free. We are always allowing our users to have a lifetime free membership. And so anyone can go onto Spring today and create their account and have access to test out all of the tools except for the AI Playground. AI Playground is the only one thing that is tied to the master plan. So this is the AI Playground. So as you can see, you have three tabs here, which is the AI Generate tab, the My Models tab, and the Create New Model. So in here, I have this Blue Lotus brand selected. So when you have trained your models, you're going to be able to see them right here in your My Models private playground. So you'll able to see the name that you gave it, the first image that you had uploaded, and then also the trigger word. And so if you ever wanted to use any of these, you just click use and it'll open the AI Generate tab. So if I wanted to use this Cybertruck, and we'll say that, we want the Cybertruck to be, it's pink, it's flying above a rain forest. I wrote a very simple prompt, and this is where I wanted to emphasize why it's not important for you to learn how to be a perfect prompt engineer. We've built in this tool called the Magic Prompt, and you click it and it's going to rewrite the prompt, maintaining core keywords. So Tesla Cybertruck right here, vibrant neon, hovering midair above a lush, misty rainforest canopy. Added all those details that I didn't need to add. And then you can select how many images you want it to generate, widescreen, classic, and then just start generating. So our AI Playground may take another extra 10 seconds maybe to generate the image because it's pulling from that specific data set. So while that's going, I wanted to show you how our magic brush works. Originally, when I generated the Blue Lotus image, it actually duplicated the word hide your soul. And so I went into our magic brush tool. It has two tabs where you can add or remove objects. So both of these you can select, change, and then I was able to actually, select things, remove things, add until I wanted exactly what I wanted, save it. If you save it, it saves to your profile. And if you download it, then this downloads only to your local and it never touches the cloud. So again, this is our closed circle way where you can choose to have the images that you edit saved to your profile or not. All right, so I'm gonna share this tab. Here you go. So we got the Cybertruck neon and it's hovering in midair. So I love this one. So again, you're gonna see none of the options we have here are allowing you to save it to your profile because this is again an encrypted secure space where only you as a user are able to even see these images, no one else. And so it gives you that advantage to be able to feel confident that your images are safe. Okay. The last thing I'll go into is just, how we've built the AI studio, and then I'll go into step-by-step processes for you to really leverage this for your own business. So this is the AI studio where you can create images and different styles. We've built art themes, 3D animation to contour drawing, to very popular themes like pixel art, Minecraft, Y2K aesthetic to generate images in that style. And then we have also created a curated style set of photography, as well as for design, we've created concept sketch, mood boards, miniature model, all of these things that you can leverage to really help expedite and accelerate your image generation process. And then the entire AI tool set that I mentioned, I didn't go over all of the tools. We have about 12 tools and more coming. AI motion, where you can turn any still image into HD animated videos for as little as 50 cents. And then we have our Magic Brush tool, our Reimagine, Scene Swap. I'm going to go into now how it is that you can leverage Spring and these plans for you and your business. The number one way, if you are yourself are trying to leverage Spring for your team, you can start on the Teams plan. For minimum 3 seats, you're able to have not only all the access of the master plan, but you have a custom shared private library that you can then share those assets with your team. And then you can also create your own custom team brand style and the AI playground and share that across. Also for our enterprise, advanced digital asset management, a custom AI assistant, and even more for our custom annual pricing. And that opens the doors to what this Spring AI affiliate program. So I'm really excited to introduce to you how you can leverage Spring for your own consultancy. So what we're doing is we're looking to create partnership with companies, with consultants who see that their clients would be able to benefit from the solution that Spring provides. So for example, if you have clients that have internal design and marketing teams and they can leverage these tools, well, since that is your network and your contact, you can earn a commission from that connection. And even going further, exclusive partner resources for you to help share what Spring does and also help a specific niche that you are. And so we can help provide all of that and do the done for you support. So client onboarding, the demos, any support that you need, we're providing that for partners and affiliates that apply. So how does it work? We have a private enterprise pricing, private enterprise packages, but then as little as even our just regular monthly packages, you're able to benefit from that and be able to apply to be an affiliate by just simply going on studio.spring.design/affiliates and fill out the application. Once accepted, you'll see your entire affiliate hub where you get access to the creative kit, where we'll provide all of the resources that you can actually share, some case studies, examples, and then also we'll schedule a one-on-one kickoff call to help figure out how best can Spring implement within your workflow. And as simple as that, you're able to then generate your own share links and track your commissions, track your customers. So it's a very intuitive, do-it-yourself, self-service affiliate program, but you'll always have our support to guide you through it. So we are looking for affiliate partners. And if you're interested, if this sounds like something that you would love to be a part of, this mission that we have of being the creative operating system of the future, powered by AI, but guided by humans, we'd love to connect with you. So that concludes a webinar. And thank you all so much for joining. Feel free to reach out to me and connect Jabeen@spring.design. And I look forward to having more and more webinars for you to join. We're going to be diving deep into each of these specific niches, into real estate, into food, into specific AI motion capabilities in upcoming webinars. And so I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.